Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you of something tonight. Somewhere deep inside you is a voice that whispers truth, a voice that says, you are chosen, you are destined, you are powerful beyond measure. And yet the world, with its noise, its distractions, its criticisms, tries to make you forget who you are. I'm here to tell you tonight, don't forget who you are. You were not born by accident. Your life is not a mistake. There is a plan written just for you. And it is bigger than your fears, bigger than your failures, bigger than anyone's opinion of you. When life tries to knock you down, don't stay down. When life tries to make you question your worth, don't believe it. You are not defined by the struggles you face. You are defined by the God-given purpose inside you. There will be people who will try to label you, limit you, or make you feel small. But don't let their ignorance become your prison. Remember the dreams that God placed in your heart. Remember the fire in your spirit. Remember the legacy that is waiting for you to step into it. Don't forget who you are. You are a conqueror. You are a trailblazer. You are a light in a world that desperately needs hope. And yes, there will be seasons of doubt, moments of fear, nights when it feels like everything is against you. But that is exactly when you must stand tall, look in the mirror and say, I will not forget who I am. I am here for a purpose. I am here to shine. So rise above the opinions, rise above the setbacks, rise above the temporary pain. Embrace your identity. Embrace your calling. Walk boldly in the destiny that is yours. And when you do, doors will open that you never imagined. Opportunities will arise that you never thought possible, and your life will become a testimony for generations to come. I want to speak to someone tonight about a truth so powerful, so life-changing, and so liberating that if you grasp it and hold on to it, your life will never be the same. That truth is this: your identity is God-given. Let me repeat that. Your identity is not shaped by what the world says about you. It is not determined by your past failures. It is not measured by how many times you've been overlooked, rejected, or underestimated. Your identity comes from God Himself. Some of you have spent years running after acceptance. You have tried to fit in, to mold yourself into someone the world would applaud, to change who you are just so others could feel comfortable with you. But I'm here tonight to remind you the world's opinion is fleeting, the world's praise is temporary, and the world's definition of success is shallow. Who you are in the eyes of God, that is eternal, that is unshakable. That is true identity. When God created you, He knew exactly what He was doing. He didn't make mistakes. He didn't misplace His blessing or miscalculate your worth. Every hair on your head is numbered. Every part of your being is intentional. Every gift, every talent, every quirk, every inch of your personality was carefully designed to fulfill a unique purpose in this world. You were handcrafted by the Creator of the universe. You are not an accident. You are not an afterthought. You are intentional. You are chosen. I know life may have tried to convince you otherwise. Maybe you faced rejection. Maybe doors have slammed in your face. Maybe someone looked at you and said, "You'll never make it," or "You're not good enough." But let me tell you something, no one can give you an identity. No one can take away your God-given value. Your worth is not based on someone else's opinion. It is based on God's purpose for your life, and that is eternal. Your identity is not your mistakes. You may have stumbled, you may have fallen, you may have made choices that you regret, but those moments do not define who you are. Every mistake is a lesson, every failure is a stepping stone, and every setback is a setup for your comeback. When you understand that your identity is rooted in God, you begin to see yourself through His eyes, through the eyes of unconditional love, boundless grace, and infinite potential. Some of you have been walking through life carrying labels that were never meant for you. You're too small, you're too weak, you're too slow, you don't belong. But I want to tell you tonight, those labels are lies. They are shadows cast by fear, doubt, and the ignorance of others. They have no power over the one who knows who they are in God. Truly understand that your identity is God-given. You begin to shed the weight of these lies, and you start walking in freedom, confidence, and purpose. God has given you an identity that is unique. There is no one else in this world who can do what you were created to do. No one else can carry your voice, your vision, your mission. The gifts inside you are exclusive to you. The calling in your heart is designed for you. Purpose in your soul is meant to be fulfilled through you and you alone. The world may try to copy, mimic, or imitate. There is only one you, and that is more than enough. Your identity is not dependent on circumstances. You may be in a season where it feels like nothing is going your way. You may look around and see doors closed, opportunities delayed, and dreams postponed. Listen carefully, God's timing is perfect. Just because the world doesn't recognize your worth right now doesn't mean that your identity is any less significant. Your identity doesn't rise and fall with applause, promotions, or public recognition. Rises and falls with the truth of God's word and the reality of who He says you are. You are more than enough. You are deeply loved. You are highly favored. You are equipped with everything you need to fulfill the calling on your life. And no one, no failure, no setback, no opinion can take that from you. When you walk in the truth of your God-given identity, you step into a life of confidence that is unshakable, joy that is unbreakable, purpose that is unstoppable. Do not forget who you are. Do not let the world rewrite your story. Do not let fear, shame, or doubt steal your identity. God has placed greatness inside of you. He has marked you with His seal. He has given you a spirit of power, of love, and of self-discipline. It is time for you to recognize it, embrace it, and live it fully. Some of you are still trying to define yourself by your failures. Stop. Some of you are still trying to prove yourself to people who will never see your value. Stop. Some of you are still shrinking into yourself, hiding your gifts, dimming your light. Stop. Your identity is God-given, and it is time to rise in the fullness of who you are. Walk boldly in the knowledge that you are a masterpiece, handcrafted by the Creator of all things. Stand firm in the truth that your value cannot be measured by the world, because it has already been measured and declared by God. Speak life over your own soul. Declare the truth over your own name, and never ever forget that you are who God says you are. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am chosen. I am anointed. I am here for a purpose. I will not let the world tell me who I am. I will live in the fullness of my God-given identity. And when you do that, when you truly embrace the fact that your identity is God-given, you will walk differently. You will speak differently. You will act differently, and you will change not just your life, but the world around you. You were created for this moment. You were created for this purpose. You were created to shine. Your identity is God-given, and it is time for you to live like it. Tonight, I want to speak to someone who has been carrying the weight of the world on their shoulders, someone who has been defined by circumstances, someone who has allowed failures, setbacks, and other people's opinions to shape who they believe they are. Listen to me carefully. Don't let life define you. Don't let your past, your mistakes, your pain, or your disappointments determine your value, your identity, or your destiny. Life is full of challenges, and it will test you in ways you never imagined. Life will knock you down. Life will disappoint you. Life will betray you. Life will take things you love away. Life will make you question your worth, your purpose, and your future. But here is the truth that sets the soul free. Life is not the author of your story. God is. Life can throw storms your way, but it cannot dictate who you are, what you are capable of, what your future holds. Too many people walk around letting circumstances define them. They let a broken home define their self-worth. They let a failed relationship define their ability to love. They let a bad grade or a lost opportunity define their intelligence. They let someone else's criticism define their confidence. But I'm telling you tonight, that is not your story. That is not your identity. That is not your destiny. Life can try, but life will never succeed if you refuse to let it. You see, life is temporary. Life is fleeting. Life is full of seasons, some bright, some dark, but your identity is eternal. You are more than your job title. You are more than your bank account. You are more than the mistakes you have made. You are more than the failures you have endured. You are a creation of God, fearfully and wonderfully made, a purpose that cannot be destroyed by circumstance. There will be moments when life feels heavy. You will experience heartbreak. You will face rejection. You will encounter doors closing when you thought opportunities were certain. And in those moments, it is easy to feel defined by the struggle. It is easy to believe the lie that the pain is permanent, the failure is final, and the world is against you. But those are lies from the enemy. Those are false labels that the world tries to place on your life, and you have the power to refuse them. Don't let life define you. When you let life define you, you give your power away. You allow circumstances to write the narrative of your existence. You allow fear, doubt, disappointment to dictate your choices. But when you refuse to let life define you, you reclaim your authority. You step into your purpose. You declare that your destiny belongs to God, not the world. Life can test you, but it cannot control you. Life can challenge you, but it cannot conquer you. Life can push you down, but it cannot determine who you are. I want you to understand tonight that life is not the measure of your success. Life is not the measure of your value. Life is not the measure of your potential. Your value is intrinsic. Your potential is limitless. Your success is determined by God's plan, not by what life throws at you. Don't let a setback make you feel small. Don't let a mistake make you feel unworthy. Don't let someone else's opinion make you feel invisible. You are seen. You are known. You are loved. You are chosen. You are powerful. Some of you have been walking in shame because of what life has handed you. Maybe it was poverty. Maybe it was betrayal. Maybe it was abuse. Maybe it was failure. But I want you to hear me clearly tonight. Life does not define you. God does. Your past does not define you. Your mistakes do not define you. Your failures do not define you. God's love defines you. God's purpose defines you. God's plan defines you. And when you start to live in that truth, nothing in this world can hold you back. There is a power that comes when you refuse to let life define you. There is freedom that comes when you refuse to let your circumstances dictate your identity. There is strength that comes when you understand that no matter what you face, no matter how hard the battle, no matter how deep the pain, you are more than your circumstances. You are more than your failures. You are more than what life tries to tell you. You are a child of God. Your destiny is secure. I want to tell you tonight, there is a purpose in your pain. There is a lesson in your struggle. There is a breakthrough waiting on the other side of the storm. Life may try to define you by what you have lost. God can define you by what you are about to gain. Life may try to label you as a failure, but God can label you as a conqueror. Life may try to make you feel small, but God can make you rise. Don't let life define you. Let God define you. You must take control of the narrative of your own life. You must decide who you will be regardless of the circumstances. You must refuse to let fear, doubt, disappointment write your story. When life tries to put you in a box, break the box. When life tries to shut a door, kick it open. When life tries to make you small, stand tall. When life tries to define you by what you don't have, remember what God has placed inside of you. You are bigger than your circumstances. You are stronger than your struggles. You are destined for greatness. Tonight, I want you to leave with this declaration. I will not let life define me. I will not let my past define me. I will not let my failures define me. I will not let setbacks define me. I am more than what I see. I am more than what I have endured. I am chosen. I am powerful. I am destined. I am defined by God, not by life. When you speak these words over yourself, you reclaim your power. You embrace your destiny. You walk in confidence. You shine your light. You step boldly into your purpose. You refuse to be a victim of circumstances, and you become a victor in the hands of God. Life may test you. Life may challenge you. Life may try to define you. But when God defines you, no one and nothing can stop you. Don't let life define you. Let God define you. His love define you. Let His purpose define you. Let His plan define you. Step into your true identity. Walk boldly in your calling. Live courageously. Because the story of your life is not written by circumstances, it is written by the Creator of heaven and earth. Tonight, I want to speak to someone who has been living under the weight of other people's opinions, someone who has allowed criticism, judgment, and the whispers of doubt from others to shape their decisions, dictate their self-worth, and even delay their dreams. Listen to me very carefully. Resist external opinions. Don't let the voices of others determine your value, define your identity, or control your destiny. From the moment you step into this world, people will have something to say about you. Friends, family, coworkers, strangers, they will all have opinions about who you are, what you can do, and what you should become. Some will speak with love, some with concern, some with envy, and some with ignorance. But the truth is this: their opinions are not your reality unless you allow them to be. Too often, we give away our power by allowing the judgment of others to shape how we see ourselves. The world has a way of trying to make you small. People will tell you that you are not good enough, not smart enough, not talented enough, not worthy of love, success, or happiness. And sometimes, when these words echo long enough, they begin to plant seeds of doubt in your mind. You start questioning yourself, second-guessing your decisions, shrinking into someone you are not. But I'm here tonight to tell you, you are bigger than what anyone says about you. You are more than their opinions. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Resisting external opinions begins with understanding your worth. If you do not know who you are, the world will gladly tell you. If you are unsure of your purpose, the world will gladly define it for you. But when you know who you are in God, when you understand the calling He has placed on your life, you cannot be shaken by the shallow voices of the world. You cannot be derailed by negativity. You cannot be silenced by someone else's doubt. Your identity, your value, and your purpose are anchored in God, not in the approval of men. There will be people who try to stop you. There will be people who try to discourage you. There will be people who speak negativity, even under the guise of advice. But here is what you must understand: their opinion is not a prophecy. It is a perspective. It is a reflection of their fears, their insecurities, and their limitations, not a reflection of your potential. Resist it. Reject it. Refuse to let it control you. Some of you are still walking through life living in fear of what people will think. You want to start a business, but you're worried someone will say it will fail. You want to pursue your dreams, but you're scared of what others will say. You want to love fully. You fear judgment. I want to tell you tonight, living according to the opinions of others is a life half lived. The moment you start making decisions based on the truth of your calling and not the opinions of the crowd, you begin to live boldly. You begin to walk in freedom. You begin to embrace your purpose with courage. Resisting external opinions also means silencing the inner critic, the one that repeats what others have said even when they are not around. So many of us carry inside our hearts the echoes of people's judgment. You're not capable. You'll never make it. You're not enough. But those voices are not yours. They are borrowed. And you have the power to reject them. You have the authority to speak back to them with the truth. I am enough. I am chosen. I am talented, destined for greatness. Speak it over yourself until it drowns out the lies. You must also understand that not everyone who disagrees with you is your enemy. Some people's opinions are meant to guide, to correct, to teach. But you must discern which voices are aligned with God's purpose for your life and which are distractions. Resist the ones that pull you away from your calling. Resist the ones that make you doubt yourself. Resist the ones that create fear and confusion in your heart. God has placed wisdom and discernment in you for a reason. Listen to it. Follow it. Trust it. When you resist external opinions, you gain freedom. You gain confidence. You gain clarity. You gain the ability to walk boldly into your destiny without hesitation, without fear, without doubt. You no longer need the applause of others to validate your existence. You no longer need permission to pursue your dreams. You no longer need anyone's approval to step into your purpose. You are free because you know that your life belongs to God and not to anyone else. I want to remind you that every great leader, every visionary, every innovator, every trailblazer resisted the opinions of others. They faced criticism, ridicule, disbelief. People told them they couldn't do it. People laughed at their dreams. People questioned their ability, but they pressed forward anyway. They resisted the external noise and held fast to the truth of their calling. And that is why their lives became a testimony, why their legacy lives on, and why their purpose was fulfilled. I will not be defined by what others think of me. I will not allow their opinions to dictate my decisions. I will resist negativity, judgment, and doubt. I will listen to God. I will follow my purpose, and I will walk boldly into my destiny. My life belongs to God, not to anyone else, and I will live in freedom and confidence. When you embrace this truth, doors will open that you never imagined. Opportunities will arise that you never thought possible. You will begin to walk in a new level of confidence. You will begin to see yourself the way God sees you. And you will finally understand that the opinions of the world are powerless compared to the purpose that has been written for you before the foundation of the earth. Resist external opinions. Trust God's voice over the voices of the world. Walk boldly in your calling. Live courageously. Speak confidently. And never, ever let anyone else define who you are or what you are capable of. You are more than enough. You are highly favored. You are destined for greatness. And nothing, no person, no circumstance, no opinion can change that. Tonight, I want to speak to someone whose spirit has been dimmed by doubt, whose dreams have been slowed by fear, and whose potential has been underestimated, not by the world, but by themselves. I want to speak to the one who has forgotten the power, the purpose, and the passion that God placed inside of them. And I want to tell you tonight, with all the conviction in my heart, embrace your inner fire, that fire inside of you. The one that burns quietly but persistently is the mark of your purpose. It is the sign of your calling. It is the spark of greatness that God has placed within you, and it is time to stop hiding it and start igniting it. Your inner fire is unique. No one else has the exact combination of gifts, experiences, and talents that you carry. Your fire is what sets you apart. It is what gives you energy when others are tired, courage when others are afraid, and vision when others cannot see. But too often life, fear, doubt try to put that fire out. People try to tell you to be small, to stay quiet, to conform. Circumstances try to extinguish your passion. And sometimes even your own self-doubt whispers that you are not enough. But let me tell you tonight, you were not created to be small. You were not created to dim your light. You were not created to blend in. You were created to shine, to lead, to inspire, and to leave a legacy. Embracing your inner fire begins with recognizing it. So many of us underestimate ourselves because we have forgotten what God has already put inside of us. We wait for someone else to validate our gifts. We wait for the world to notice our talents. We wait for permission to pursue our purpose. But the fire inside you does not need anyone's approval, does not wait for circumstances to be perfect. It does not depend on the applause of others. Your fire is intrinsic, eternal, unstoppable once you decide to nurture it. Your fire is fueled by your passion, your purpose, and your vision. It is the thing that keeps you awake at night with ideas, that keeps you dreaming when everyone else tells you to quit, that keeps you moving when the world is still. And when you embrace it, it becomes unstoppable. It gives you resilience in the face of setbacks, determination in the face of opposition, and courage in the face of fear. It propels you forward when logic tells you to stop, drives you to do things that ordinary people will never dare. That is the power of embracing your inner fire. There will be moments when your fire feels weak, when it feels like it's flickering, when it feels like the storms of life are too strong to overcome. And in those moments, you must remember, fire burns brightest in the wind. Every challenge, every obstacle, every trial is an opportunity for your fire to grow stronger, to shine brighter, and to illuminate the path not only for you, but for others who are watching. Your fire is not just for you. It is for your family, your community, your generation, and for the world that is waiting for the light you carry. Embracing your inner fire also means embracing risks. It means stepping out of comfort zones, leaving behind the familiar, and daring to pursue what God has placed in your heart. Fire does not thrive in safety. Fire grows in the open, in the face of challenges, and in the bold pursuit of purpose. Every time you choose to step forward despite fear, every time you choose to speak despite doubt, every time you choose to act despite criticism, you are feeding your fire. You are strengthening it, expanding it, and letting it radiate. Some of you have been hiding your gifts because of fear of failure. Some of you have been playing small because you were afraid of standing out. Some of you have been quiet because you worried about what others would think. I want to tell you tonight, the world needs your fire. Your unique gifts, your voice, your passion, they are necessary. They are essential. The only way to fulfill the purpose for which you were created is to embrace your fire fully, to step into it boldly, and to let it burn without apology. Embracing your inner fire also means refusing to let negativity, doubt, and criticism extinguish it. There will always be people who do not understand your vision. There will always be people who try to bring you down. There will always be people who say, "You can't do this," or "You're not ready." But the fire inside you is stronger than any word, stronger than any obstacle, stronger than any opinion. Protect your fire, nourish it, let it burn hotter than ever. When you do this, and no one can stop you from fulfilling your destiny, your inner fire is also your authenticity. It is the essence of who you are, your unique combination of talents, values, and purpose. When you embrace it, you are living fully, unapologetically, and fearlessly. You are no longer trying to be what others want you to be. You are no longer silencing your voice to fit in. You are no longer dimming your light to make others comfortable. You are walking boldly in the fullness of who God created you to be, and that is unstoppable. I will embrace my inner fire. I will nurture it, protect it, and let it shine. I will step boldly into my purpose. I will take risks, face challenges, and rise above fear. I will not allow negativity, doubt, or criticism to extinguish the fire God has placed in me. I will live fully, authentically, fearlessly, and I will impact the world with the light I carry. When you decide to embrace your inner fire, doors open that you never imagined. Opportunities come to you that you never expected. You attract people who support your vision. You inspire others to ignite their own fire. You begin to walk in the kind of power, confidence, and purpose that changes not only your life, but the lives of everyone around you. Embrace your inner fire. Feed it with faith, courage, and determination. Protect it from negativity and doubt. Step boldly into your purpose and let your light shine. The world is waiting for your fire, and nothing, no fear, no failure, no criticism can stop it from burning brightly. Tonight, I want to speak to someone who has faced defeat, disappointment, and delay. I want to speak to someone who has felt like the world was against them, like doors kept closing, like opportunities slipped through their fingers, and like every step forward was met with 2 steps back. I want to speak to you tonight and remind you of a truth so powerful that it can change your life. You can rise above setbacks. Setbacks are not the end of your story. They are not the measure of your worth. They are not proof that you are inadequate, unworthy, or incapable. They are temporary interruptions, not permanent roadblocks. Every setback you experience is an invitation to grow, to learn, to prepare for the next level of your life. It is a refining fire designed to strengthen your character, sharpen your focus, and ignite your resolve. Life will test you. Life will challenge you. Life will push you to your limits. But setbacks are not meant to define you. They are meant to develop you. Some of you have faced failures that felt crushing, opportunities that seemed forever lost, and disappointments that broke your heart. And yet, even in the midst of the pain, even when the tears flowed, and even when hope seemed distant, the fire within you still burns. That fire is the evidence that you were created to rise, to overcome, and to succeed. Setbacks are temporary. Your destiny is eternal. When setbacks come, your response determines your outcome. You can let them defeat you, define you, and discourage you, or you can use them as a springboard for growth, resilience, and transformation. Every great person who ever achieved greatness faced setbacks. Every visionary, every leader, every innovator, every trailblazer encountered obstacles, delays, and failures. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is that the successful ones refuse to let setbacks dictate their destiny. They rose above them. They kept moving forward. They held on to faith when circumstances tried to shake them. Rising above setbacks requires perspective. It requires understanding that life is not against you. It is working in seasons. Some seasons are meant to challenge you, some to teach you, and some to prepare you for what is coming. When you face a setback, do not see it as a dead end. See it as a setup. See it as a lesson. See it as an opportunity to strengthen your faith, sharpen your skills, and clarify your vision. Every setback is a setup for your comeback, and every delay is a prelude to your breakthrough. Some of you have been waiting for doors to open, opportunities to arrive, and dreams to manifest. And while you waited, life tested you. You were confronted with obstacles, doubters, and disappointments. But tonight, I want to tell you that your breakthrough is coming. Your victory is near. Your dreams are not dead. They are simply delayed because God is preparing you for something greater than you could have imagined. Setbacks are not punishments, they are preparations. Rising above setbacks also requires resilience. Resilience is the ability to keep going when the world says stop. It is the strength to continue when everything around you is collapsing. It is the courage to move forward when fear whispers that you cannot succeed. Resilience is built in the fire of setbacks, forged in the trials of life, and strengthened by the determination to never give up. You may stumble, you may fall, you may feel like quitting, but resilience is what helps you get up, brush yourself off, and continue moving forward with faith, confidence, and purpose. You must also remember that setbacks do not define your abilities, they reveal them. Every challenge you face uncovers hidden strength, untapped potential, and abilities you never knew existed. When life pushes you down, it is also preparing you to rise higher than you ever thought possible. It is teaching you endurance, patience, and courage. It is shaping your character, deepening your faith, and preparing your heart for the success that is already yours. Setbacks are not failures, they are opportunities to rise stronger. In order to rise above setbacks, you must let go of fear and doubt. Fear will tell you to give up. Doubt will tell you that you are not enough. The voices of negativity will scream louder than the whispers of hope. But you have a choice. You can choose to believe in the power of God within you. You can choose to trust in His plan for your life. You can choose to keep going when others stop. And when you make that choice, setbacks lose their power. They are no longer obstacles. They are stepping stones. They are no longer roadblocks. They are launch pads. Rising above setbacks also requires faith. Faith is the assurance that what you cannot see is still working for you. Faith is the confidence that God has not forgotten you. Faith is a belief that your current circumstances are not your final destination. Even when the world says no, faith whispers yes. Even when the doors close, faith opens windows. Even when the night is dark, faith shines a light. Faith sees beyond the setback and believes in the promise of breakthrough. Some of you have been tempted to quit because setbacks seem too big, too painful, or too persistent. But I want to tell you tonight, you are stronger than your setbacks, wiser than your failures, and more capable than your fears. The fire that burns inside you, the dreams that live in your heart, and the purpose that drives your soul are bigger than any obstacle life places before you. You were created to overcome. You were created to rise. You were created to succeed. Tonight, I want you to leave with this declaration. I will rise above setbacks. I will not be defeated by failures, delays, or disappointments. I will use every challenge as a stepping stone to greatness. I will trust God's plan, brace my strength, and move forward with faith. My setbacks do not define me. My resilience, my courage, and my determination define me. I will rise. I will overcome, and I will succeed. When you embrace this truth, the setbacks that once held you down will become the very moments that lift you higher. Doors will open that were previously closed. Opportunities will come that you never imagined. Confidence will replace doubt. Courage will replace fear. You will begin to see that every obstacle, every failure, and every delay was part of the process of creating the person you are meant to become. Rise above setbacks. Do not be defined by your failures. Do not be limited by your disappointments. Do not be controlled by fear. You were created to succeed, called to overcome, and destined to rise higher than you ever thought possible. Setbacks are temporary, but your purpose is eternal. Rise above. Watch God work miracles in your life. Tonight, I want to speak to someone who has been questioning themselves, doubting their abilities, or wavering in the face of challenges. I want to speak to someone who has allowed circumstances, setbacks, opinions of others to make them forget the power they already carry. I want to remind you tonight with clarity and conviction, stand firm in your power. You have been given strength, gifts, and authority that are unique to you. You have been equipped to handle trials, overcome obstacles, fulfill the purpose God placed inside you. And now it is time to claim it. Standing firm in your power begins with understanding that power is not given by the world. It is innate, God-given, and already present within you. You are not waiting for permission to be strong, confident, or influential. You are not waiting for someone else to recognize your worth. Your power resides in your spirit, in your identity, and in your calling. It is in the very core of your being, and it is time to stop shrinking, stop doubting, and start embracing it. Stand firm, because the power within you is greater than any challenge around you. The world will test your power. Life will push, pull, shake you. People will try to intimidate you, belittle you, and diminish your voice. Circumstances may seem overwhelming. Fear may try to whisper lies into your heart, but here is the truth: that your power is unshackable when you recognize it. No storm can remove it. No setback can reduce it. No opinion can diminish it. When you stand firm in your power, you become immovable, unstoppable, undeniable in the pursuit of your purpose. Standing firm in your power requires confidence. Confidence is not arrogance. It is not the absence of fear. It is the unwavering belief in your God-given abilities and identity. Confidence comes from knowing who you are and understanding the authority you have over your life. It comes from recognizing that challenges are temporary, setbacks are opportunities, and criticism is not a reflection of your potential. When you stand confident, the world cannot shake you and doubt loses its voice. Confidence is your shield, and standing firm in your power allows that shield to protect and propel you forward. Some of you have been allowing other people's opinions to dictate your choices. You have been shrinking to fit in, silencing your voice to avoid criticism, and dimming your light to make others comfortable. But I want you to know tonight, you were not created to conform. You were created to lead, to shine, to stand boldly in the power God gave you. When you embrace your power, you no longer need the approval of others. You no longer fear judgment. You no longer bend under the weight of someone else's doubt. Your authority is yours, and it is time to claim it. Standing firm in your power also means refusing to allow fear to control you. Fear wants to make you hesitate, procrastinate, and doubt yourself. Fear wants to keep you small, silent, and passive. But when you recognize your power, fear loses its grip. When you know who you are, fear cannot dictate your decisions. When you embrace your authority, fear becomes a tool for growth rather than a weapon of destruction. Do not allow fear to steal your voice, delay your purpose, or diminish your potential. Stand firm and let courage lead the way. Continue to challenge you. Obstacles will arise. People will try to stop you. But standing firm in your power requires resilience. Resilience is the ability to stay rooted, to remain steadfast, and to persevere when everything seems to be against you. It is the capacity to maintain your integrity, confidence, and focus even when the storms of life rage around you. Every time you rise after a fall, every time you speak truth in the face of criticism, and every time you act despite fear, you are standing firm in your power. Resilience strengthens your foundation and ensures your power cannot be shaken. Standing firm in your power is also about taking responsibility for your life. It is about claiming ownership of your decisions, your actions, and your future. No one else can live your purpose for you. No one else can fulfill the calling God placed inside of you. When you stand firm in your power, you stop blaming circumstances, other people, or failures. You step into accountability, leadership, and self-mastery. You recognize that you are capable, equipped, and responsible for achieving your destiny. Power is not passive, it is active, and it demands that you rise to the occasion. To truly stand firm in your power, you must also embrace your uniqueness. Your gifts, talents, and experiences are yours alone. There is no one else who can walk your path, speak your vision, or fulfill your calling in the way that only you can. The world may try to compare you, belittle you, or imitate you. But your power comes from your authenticity. When you embrace who you are and the authority you possess, you no longer need to compete with anyone. You are free to walk boldly, lead confidently, and live fully. Your power is amplified when you embrace your authentic self. Standing firm in your power is also about influence. Power is not meant to be hidden or hoarded. It is meant to impact others. The stronger you stand, the more light you shine, the more inspiration you provide to those around you. People are looking for courage, guidance, and leadership. They are waiting for someone to stand firm. Take charge and demonstrate what is possible. When you embrace your power, you become a beacon of hope, a catalyst for change, and a source of strength for others. Your power is a gift not only for you, but for everyone you encounter. I will stand firm in my power. I will embrace the strength, gifts, and authority God has placed inside me. I will not be shaken by fear, doubt, or criticism. I will walk confidently, speak boldly, and act decisively. My power is unshakable, and my destiny is unstoppable. I will rise, I will lead, I will impact the world with the authority and strength God has given me. When you choose to stand firm in your power, life shifts. Doors open. Opportunities appear. Confidence replaces hesitation. Courage replaces fear. Influence grows. And your life becomes a testimony to the strength, resilience, authority you carry. No longer will you allow circumstances, people, or doubt to diminish you. You are rooted in power, anchored in purpose, equipped to rise higher than you ever imagined. Stand firm in your power. Recognize your authority. Embrace your gifts. Walk boldly in confidence. Refuse to be shaken by fear or criticism. Be resilient, be courageous, and be unstoppable. Your power is not borrowed, it is yours. Stand firm. Let your life demonstrate the greatness God has placed within you. Tonight, I want to speak to someone who has been allowing words from the past, words from others, words from their own mind to shape their life, limit their potential, and define their future. I want to speak to someone who has forgotten the power of their own voice, the authority they have to declare truth over their life, impact their words have on the world around them. And I want to remind you tonight, speak life over yourself. The words you speak are more powerful than you realize. They can build you up or tear you down. They can give you courage or fill you with fear. They can attract blessings or invite setbacks. Proverbs tells us that death and life are in the power of the tongue, and that truth applies not just to the words we speak to others, also to the words we speak to ourselves. Every time you call yourself weak, unworthy, or incapable, you are declaring a form of death over your own potential. But every time you speak truth, hope, and faith into your own life, you are declaring life, growth, and victory. You have the power to shape your reality with the words you speak. Too many people live in silence while their inner voice speaks negativity and fear. They repeat the lies of the past, replay their failures, and dwell on their limitations. They tell themselves, not enough. I'll never make it. I can't do this, and I'll always fail. And what happens? They start to believe it. They start to live it. They begin to let those words shape their identity, their confidence, and their destiny. But I'm here tonight to tell you, you are not defined by the lies you've been told. You are defined by the truth you declare over yourself. Speaking life over yourself begins with knowing who you are. You were created by God with intention, purpose, and design. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are chosen. You are gifted. You are called. You have been given everything you need to rise above your circumstances, achieve your dreams, fulfill the purpose God placed in your heart. When you declare these truths out loud, when you speak life over yourself, you reinforce them in your spirit, mind, and actions. Your words become declarations of faith that set your future in motion. I want to remind you that your words are seeds. Seeds have the power to grow. Seeds have the power to blossom. Seeds have the power to produce fruit. And the words you speak to yourself are seeds planted in the soil of your mind and heart. If you plant words of doubt, fear, and limitation, your life will produce disappointment, stagnation, and defeat. But if you plant words of faith, hope, and confidence, your life will produce victory, growth, and blessing. Speak carefully. Speak intentionally. Speak with purpose. Speaking life over yourself also means refusing to repeat the negativity you've heard from others. Some of you grew up hearing words that were never meant to define you. You're too weak. You'll never succeed. You're not capable. Those words were never truth. They were the fears, insecurities, or limitations of the person who spoke them. And yet, too often we repeat them as if they were ours. Tonight, I want you to break that cycle. Refuse to speak what the world, the past, or anyone else has told you. Speak the truth of who God says you are. You are not defined by others. You are defined by your Creator. Your words are not just expressions. They are declarations. Every time you say, I can, I will, I am capable, and I am chosen, you are declaring life, faith, and possibility. Every time you say, I am strong, I am resilient, and I will overcome, you are speaking victory into existence. Life begins to align with the declarations of your mouth. The storms around you may rage, setbacks may come, doubts may whisper, but the words you consistently speak over yourself create a reality that matches your faith. Your mouth is a weapon, a tool, a conduit for your destiny. Some of you are hesitant to speak life over yourself because you fear it's prideful, selfish, or unrealistic. But I want you to understand tonight, speaking life over yourself is not arrogance. It is recognition. It is acknowledgement of your God-given value, your purpose, and your potential. It is not about inflating your ego. It is about activating your destiny. When you speak life, you are aligning yourself with the truth that you were created for greatness, equipped for purpose, and capable of overcoming every challenge. Your words are a reflection of the faith you carry in your heart. Speaking life over yourself also requires consistency. It is not enough to declare your worth once and forget it. You must speak it daily. You must remind yourself of your strength, your value, and your purpose, even when circumstances are difficult. When you rise in the morning, speak life over yourself. When you face challenges during the day, speak life over yourself. When you go to bed at night, speak life over yourself. Your words saturate your spirit until they become the foundation of your confidence, courage, and resilience. Consistency turns your declarations into destiny. When you speak life over yourself, you inspire others. Your words carry energy, influence, power that ripple outward. People around you will hear your declarations, see your confidence, and feel the impact of your faith. By speaking life over yourself, you create a ripple effect that empowers, encourages, and uplifts others. Your words have the power not only to change your life, but to transform your family, community, and generations. Speak life. Watch how it multiplies in ways you cannot imagine. Tonight, I want you to leave with this declaration. I speak life over myself. I declare that I am chosen, I am capable, I am strong, and I am resilient. I will not allow fear, doubt, or negativity to define me. I will speak truth over my life, my dreams, and my destiny. I will plant seeds of faith, hope, and confidence in my spirit, and I will walk boldly in the fullness of who I am. I am powerful, I am loved, and I am destined to rise. When you make this declaration, something shifts. You begin to see yourself differently. You begin to walk differently. You begin to live differently. The words you speak over yourself become a magnet for opportunity, blessing, and breakthrough. You no longer wait for the world to affirm you. You no longer depend on external validation. You are empowered, confident, and unstoppable because you are speaking life over yourself. Speak life over yourself. Speak faith, hope, courage, and strength. Speak truth, not lies. Speak possibilities, not limitations. Speak your destiny, not your past. The words you declare over yourself are powerful. They can create the life you want, change your circumstances, activate the purpose God has placed inside you. Speak life and watch your world transform. Tonight, I want to speak to someone who has been standing on the edge of their dreams, waiting for the right moment, the perfect plan, or the approval of others. I want to speak to someone who has felt the tug of purpose in their heart, but has hesitated because of fear, doubt, or uncertainty. I want to remind you tonight, with conviction and power, step into your destiny boldly. God has placed a unique calling, purpose, and mission in your life, and it is time to rise up, claim it, and walk into it without hesitation. Your destiny is not a suggestion. It is a divine assignment. It is the reason you were created, the plan that has been written for your life before the foundation of the world. It is the reason your talents, your experiences, trials have all converged in this moment. And yet so many people hold back. They allow fear to whisper, "You're not ready." Doubt to murmur, "You will fail," and uncertainty to paralyze them. But I want you to hear me tonight. You are ready because God has already equipped you. You are capable because God has already empowered you. You are chosen because God has already ordained your path. Stepping into your destiny boldly requires courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to act in spite of it. Every person who has ever changed the world, every trailblazer, every leader, and every visionary has faced fear. Fear will always attempt to stop you from walking into your calling. Fear will try to convince you that you are not enough, not qualified, not ready. Courage says, I will not wait for the absence of fear. I will move forward anyway. To step boldly into your destiny, you must act even when your hands tremble, even when your heart races, and even when your mind is unsure. Courage transforms hesitation into action. Your destiny will also demand faith. Faith is the belief that what you cannot see is still real. Faith is the confidence that God's plan for your life is unfolding even when circumstances appear confusing, delayed, or challenging. Faith is what allows you to move forward when doors seem closed, when opportunities seem distant, and when the world tells you to wait. Without faith, stepping into destiny becomes impossible. With faith, mountains become stepping stones, obstacles become lessons, and impossibilities become breakthroughs. Faith fuels bold action and aligns you with your purpose. Some of you have been waiting for everything to be perfect before you step into your destiny. You say, I will start when I feel ready. I will pursue my dreams when the timing is right. Or I will take action when I have all the answers. But I want to tell you tonight, perfection is a myth, and timing is often a test. God rarely calls us to wait until everything is flawless. He calls us to act with what we have, where we are, and who we are. Stepping boldly into your destiny means embracing imperfection, trusting the process, and taking action even when you do not have all the answers. Bold action in faith creates momentum for miracles. Stepping into your destiny also requires persistence. The path to your purpose will not be easy. There will be challenges, critics, naysayers, and setbacks. There will be times when it seems like your efforts are wasted, your prayers unheard, and your dreams unattainable. But persistence is what separates those who fulfill their destiny from those who do not. Persistence means continuing to move forward despite obstacles. Persistence means holding on to your vision when the world doubts you. Persistence means refusing to quit no matter how difficult the journey. Your destiny is on the other side of perseverance. You must also understand the power of alignment. Destiny is not just about ambition or desire. It is about purpose. It is about walking in alignment with who God created you to be. When your actions, thoughts, and words align with your calling, doors open, opportunities arise, guidance becomes clear. Misalignment brings confusion, frustration, and delay. To step boldly into your destiny, you must know yourself, understand your gifts, and follow the path God has set before you, not the path others expect you to take. Alignment creates clarity, confidence, unstoppable momentum. Another key to stepping boldly into your destiny is embracing risk. Destiny requires moving beyond comfort zones, leaving familiar ground, and daring to pursue what others may not understand. Risk is uncomfortable, but it is necessary. Every breakthrough, every success, every life-changing opportunity has required someone to step forward in faith despite uncertainty. When you are willing to take calculated risks, you open yourself to divine opportunities that cannot be accessed by playing it safe. Boldness embraces risk, and risk unlocks destiny. Your words also matter in stepping into your destiny. Speak life, encouragement, and purpose over your future. Declare your vision. Speak to your dreams as if they are already reality. Your words have the power to shape your mindset, influence your decisions, and attract the circumstances that will help you succeed. Every time you affirm your calling, you reinforce your belief in yourself and invite God's guidance and favor into your journey. Speaking life over your destiny propels you forward with confidence and clarity. To step boldly into your destiny, you must also resist external distractions and opinions. There will always be voices that doubt, discourage, and criticize. People may say, you can't do it, you're dreaming too big, or this is impossible. But those voices do not determine your destiny. Your actions, faith, and alignment with God do. Boldness requires ignoring the noise, trusting your vision, and focusing on the path set before you. Your destiny belongs to you. Only you can claim it. Some of you are afraid to step into your destiny because of past failures. You think, I've tried before and it didn't work, or I've been rejected too many times. But I want to remind you tonight, your past is not your future. Every failure, setback, and rejection is preparation for your breakthrough. They are lessons that build resilience, wisdom, and strength. Boldly stepping into your destiny means leaving the past behind, learning from it, and moving forward with renewed determination. Your destiny is bigger than any mistake or failure. Tonight, I want you to leave with this declaration. I will step into my destiny boldly. I will act with courage, faith, and confidence. I will trust God's plan, embrace my purpose, and pursue my calling with persistence and boldness. I will ignore fear, doubt, and the opinions of others. I will speak life over my future and take every step with conviction. My destiny is my assignment, and I will walk into it boldly, unapologetically, and without hesitation. When you choose to step boldly into your destiny, everything changes. Opportunities appear, confidence rises, faith deepens, doors open, paths become clear, and your life begins to reflect the greatness, purpose, power that has been placed inside of you from the very beginning. Bold action turns vision into reality. Courage transforms potential into achievement. And faith brings your God-given destiny into alignment with your life. Step into your destiny boldly. Embrace your calling. Walk with courage, faith, persistence. Speak life over your future. Ignore fear, doubt, and criticism. Take risks. Trust God's plan. Your destiny is waiting, and it is time to rise. Claim it and walk into it with boldness, confidence, and unwavering determination. The world is waiting for you to fulfill the purpose for which you were created. Step boldly and let your life become the testimony it was meant to be. Tonight, I want to speak to someone who is living in the moment, working hard, achieving goals, and chasing dreams, but may not yet see the bigger picture. I want to speak to someone who has a fire inside them, a purpose in their heart, and a calling that extends beyond themselves. I want to remind you tonight, your life is bigger than you, and it is time to leave a legacy. You were not created merely to exist. You were created to impact, inspire, influence the generations that follow. Your actions, your decisions, and your purpose matter far beyond today. Leaving a legacy begins with understanding that life is not just about accumulation. It is about contribution. It is not about what you acquire, about what you give. It is not about temporary recognition, but eternal influence. So many people live their lives thinking about themselves, their comfort, and their success, only to realize later that true fulfillment comes from touching lives, creating opportunities for others, and leaving something behind that outlasts them. A legacy is the mark you leave on the world that echoes long after you are gone. Your legacy is built through the choices you make today. Every decision, every action, and every word matters. The way you treat people, the values you live by, wisdom you impart, and the love you share, all of these are seeds planted for the future. You cannot wait for the perfect moment to start leaving a legacy. You cannot postpone impact until you are older, richer, or more accomplished. Legacy is built in the everyday choices, in the moments of courage, in the small acts of faith and generosity. Some of you may be thinking, I'm too young. I don't have enough resources, or I'm not influential enough to leave a legacy. But I want to tell you tonight, you do not need permission, position, or prosperity to start leaving a legacy. Legacy begins with vision, intention, and action. It begins with using what you have, where you are, and who you are to make a positive difference in the lives of others. Your influence may start small, but when done with purpose and consistency, it can grow into something eternal. Leaving a legacy also requires vision. You must see beyond today, beyond your own needs, and beyond immediate gratification. Vision allows you to plan for the long term, to act with purpose, and to prioritize what truly matters. It is the ability to understand that your life is not just a series of events, it is a journey with a greater purpose. Every effort you make to educate, uplift, and inspire others contributes to a legacy that will outlive your time on this earth. Vision transforms ordinary actions into extraordinary impact. A legacy is also about influence. Influence is the ability to shape, inspire, and encourage others to rise to their potential. Every life you touch, every person you mentor, every word of encouragement you speak, and every act of kindness you perform has the power to leave a lasting imprint. Influence is not limited to fame or wealth. It is measured by the depth of the positive impact you create in the lives of others. The more you lift others, the greater your legacy becomes. Some of you have been chasing success without thinking about significance. You have been focused on achievements, wealth, or recognition without considering the lasting mark you are leaving behind. But tonight, I want to remind you success is temporary, but significance is eternal. You may earn accolades, money, or power, but if you do not touch lives, inspire hearts, and create opportunities for others, your time will pass without leaving a meaningful trace. Leaving a legacy ensures that your life echoes beyond your own accomplishments. To leave a legacy, you must live with integrity. Integrity is the foundation upon which all legacies are built. Your words, actions, and choices must align with your values and principles. People will remember not just what you did, but how you did it. They will remember the honesty, faithfulness, and character you displayed even when no one was watching. A legacy built on integrity withstands the test of time, trials, and temptation. Leaving a legacy requires courage. Courage to make decisions that prioritize long-term impact over short-term gain. Courage to stand for what is right, even when it is unpopular. Courage to invest in others when it may not benefit you immediately. Courage to live boldly, authentically, and purposefully. The path to leaving a legacy is not always easy. It is filled with challenges, sacrifices, and obstacles. But the reward is eternal influence. Courage ensures that your legacy is more than temporary, it is transformative. Legacy is also about teaching and mentoring. It is about sharing wisdom, experience, and knowledge so that those who come after you are better equipped to succeed. Every lesson you impart, every principle you model, every encouragement you give contributes to the growth and success of others. Your influence becomes multiplied as those you inspire go on to inspire others in turn. A legacy grows exponentially when it is shared through teaching, mentoring, and empowering others. Your legacy is strengthened by generosity. Generosity is not just financial. It is the giving of your time, attention, knowledge, and love. Generosity plants seeds of hope and opportunity. It creates pathways for others to thrive. When you are generous with your resources, your wisdom, and your heart, you ensure that your influence extends far beyond your immediate reach. Generosity transforms lives and cements a lasting legacy. I will leave a legacy. I will live with purpose, integrity, and courage. I will impact lives, inspire hearts, and empower those who come after me. Prioritize significance over success, love over fear, and service over selfishness. My life will leave an imprint that lasts beyond my time on earth. I will use my gifts, talents, and experiences to create eternal influence. When you decide to live with legacy in mind, everything changes. Your priorities shift. Your actions gain purpose. Your relationships deepen. Your influence expands. The small decisions you make today, choosing kindness, speaking encouragement, mentoring someone, giving your time, become monumental acts that contribute to a life remembered for generations. Leaving a legacy is not just about what you achieve, but about who you become and who you lift up along the way. Leave a legacy. Live with intention, purpose, courage. Touch lives, empower others, and create a positive impact that will outlast your lifetime. Focus on significance over success. Invest in people, share your wisdom, and act with integrity. Your life matters, your influence matters, and the legacy you leave will inspire generations to come. Stand today as a beacon of hope, purpose, and transformation, and ensure that your life leaves a mark that is eternal.